Hi guys, hi. Happy to be back with you live on this platform. This is immigration lawyer Marina Shepelsky. I'm coming live to you from New Jersey. My office is in New York, and we work with all the 50 states. Going live on Instagram at the same time. Hi friends, hello, hi. Just gonna wait a few minutes for more people to join. We will be talking today about U.S. immigration news. We will be talking about what's going on in the world of immigration. We will discuss anything related to U.S. politics and immigration, and you can ask your questions live during the show by posting them in the comments. I will answer them as soon as I'm done with like a little bit about the news I have, and we can discuss your questions and my answers. I want to emphasize that nothing I say here is meant to be legal advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, mostly for educational purposes, to educate you guys, to talk about what it is that we're worried about. Oh, I have to turn on the to educate you guys in immigration law, and maybe some of you will hear a situation that's similar to yours. Robert says hello on Instagram. Hello, beautiful. Hello, hello. I'm happy to be with you guys. Drop your questions in the comments, and I will begin answering them later in the show. Now, just gonna wait. Mr. Dido says hello. Mohammed says hello. Hello, Mohammed. Um, your cousin Asim says he's interested in a USA visa. We can talk about that too today. What are your choices to come here today, with or without a visa? But let me get through the news first and just saying hello to people. Divya Shin says hi on YouTube. Um, Rants on YouTube says, what is the difference between appeasement and indictment? I have no idea what appeasement is. Sometimes I get questions asked that I don't know the answers to. Vera says, good luck. Thank you so much, Vera. Love you. Thank you. All right, let's get into my news for the day. So let's talk about the news. The green card backlog decreased by 3.5% in July, and the Department of State's National Visa saw a small but visa backlog. So from 351,821 visas in June to 339, so it's a decrease 1,000 in July, a 3.6% decrease. So the number of green card applicants whose cases were documented, complete, finished, and ready to schedule an interview went down slightly between June and July, and it's good news because it looks like they are starting to catch up a little bit on the visa backlog for permanent immigration to United States. So that's great. H-1B visa applications in 2023 reached an all-time high. So applications for the H-1B work visa, which is popular among tech people, IT people looking to hire foreign talent, foreign programmers, foreign workers, more than doubled in 2023. We have a labor shortage in the United States, and people are interested in hiring foreigners because there's not so much US workers right now available. USCIS received 884, about 781,000 applications for the temporary work visa in highly skilled workers, which is a 61% increase from the previous year. And remember, there's only 85,000 available. 181,000 people applied for 85,000 jobs, or visas for jobs. Okay, so the H-1B denial rate, so from those people who did win the lottery, was a record low 2% in fiscal year 2022. The majority of approved petitions, nearly 73% in fiscal year 22, went to workers from India. A lot of Indians got the H-1B because China got 12.5%. Male workers account, men, for an overwhelming majority of all approved petitions, which is 70.8%, 29% for women. Of all H-1B approvals for fiscal year 2022, computer-related jobs now approved, making up for 66% of the approved people. And the median salary for approved H-1B applications was between 118,000 and up from 108 in the prior year. So the average salary for an H-1B workers being offered was 118,000, which means they're looking for really highly skilled foreign workers, IT workers, and a record high people applied. A lot of people applied. Sivasai says hi and good day. So hello to you too. What else do we have going on in the news? Oh, let's talk about Trump. All right. So if you've been following what's going on with Trump, once again, he was indicted in another state, in the state of Georgia, in Fuller County. They took a mugshot, a picture shot of him as an arrestee, somebody they arrested. And really, Trump is still continuing going forward with his plan to run for president again in 2024. He had a plan for immigration that he released last week ahead of the 2024 election. If he is reelected, if Trump is elected again, these are the immigration restrictions he has in mind. First of all, he has a plan for the US-Mexican border crackdown. Trump proposed for 2025 to focus heavily on the Mexican-US border with several very inflammatory proposals that could increase political tensions with Mexico. Trump suggests a naval blockade by the Coast Guard and US Navy to stop drug smuggling boats to come from US Latin American waters into United States. Drug cartels would be designated as unlawful enemy combatants, allowing US military to shoot them when intervening in Mexico. The plan would extend Texas border barriers, the wall, including the floating barriers and the Rio Grande. The completion of the border wall is included in 2025 plan, even though President Biden stopped the project, and he wants to bring back the Remain in Mexico policy for people applying for asylum until they're approved and restore all the other prior asylum restrictions. He might bring back Title 42, which was used to stop a lot of people from coming in from COVID or public health perspective. Also, he wants to curtail or narrow down access for legal immigration. His 2025 plan seeks to significantly curtail or narrow down legal immigration by reducing access for prospective immigrants based on their beliefs, ideology, wealth, like if they're too poor, health, if they have bad health, don't come in, and country of origin. Certain countries are going to be bad, and people won't be able to come in if they're from those countries. They want to increase, Trump and his new cabinet want to increase ideological, like idea screening for prospective immigrants, reject those people who have communist ideals, the Muslim ban concept he wants to bring back, birthright citizenship over. So if you have kids born here, if the parents are not legal or undocumented, the kids shouldn't get citizenship according to Trump. quick deportation and other things that are just terrible. I'm probably going to do a separate video about this week, but that's what Trump said. This is what he wants to do if he's reelected. And let me tell you, unfortunately, a lot of people are supporting him. This arrest in Georgia, instead of making him look like a criminal, is making him look like a martyr, like a great person who's being bullied, by the system. So I'm gonna start answering you guys' questions now. This is the time. I'm gonna get right into it. Um, Saifak, Saifak Khather 001 says, "Ma'am, I'm from Kashmir. I have 7 years experience in automobile industry, and do we have any job vacancies?" There are in US, but you have to find your employer on your own. We don't help with that. We only do the paperwork. We don't help look for an employer. Um, your cousin Asim wants to know, he says he's interested in US visa. What are the options for a US visa? Let's talk about the options for a US visa. First of all, if you can show you're coming as a visitor, as a tourist, you can come here as a tourist. You can apply, so B1, B2 tourist. You can apply to be a student, F1, an apprentice student, M1. So you can attend a school program here in US. If you meet somebody in US, you could get engaged to your girlfriend or boyfriend in US. If they're a US citizen, you can come on a fiance visa. If you're really being persecuted, abused in your country because of your religion, nationality, ethnic group, political opinion, come to Mexico, download the CBP1 app, apply for asylum at the Mexican border. Those are the options to come to the US today. Of course, if you get an employer, if you have a company to sponsor you, you could come through a work visa as well. Okay, LANA, this is Instagram. LANA684 says, my friend lives here for 4 years, and he was just lied about getting a change of status, but you didn't do anything, but he made him wait, and he didn't know what he can do without the letter. Yeah, I don't understand this question. Sorry. Um, what is the way to legalize for an overstay without a marriage? Not much. Marriage or asylum. He wants to know if I'm single. I'm married and I have 3 kids, and my husband has 2, so we have 5 kids between us. Um, I'm very, touched, and I'm grateful that you guys find me attractive. I'm taken. I'm not single. Avi Kumar Dubey says he wants to apply for a K1 visa, I guess a fiance visa. You have to find the US to date and sponsor you to be engaged. I cannot sponsor anyone in Karnan Bajawa because I'm a lawyer. I just do the paperwork. I don't sponsor anyone. What Grant wants to know if there's still H-1B visas left. Not this year. Try again next year. Um, Krantz wants to know who do I support amongst the Republican candidates other than Trump. I actually don't support Republican or Democrat candidates personally. I think they're all crooks, and I don't think anybody interested in helping people wants to be in politics. And those who do want power, okay? So people who are interested in politics, they want power. Like Trump, he had everything: money, fame, success. Why did he need to go into politics? He wanted power. And this is the problem. I think people who are power hungry will not help my people, immigrants. So I don't support anybody. I'm a libertarian. I support somebody who is not Democrat or Republican. Weekend wants to know if I can help find him a girlfriend. We don't do that. We don't look for girlfriends. We don't look for employers. If you have someone already, we can help you get your visa that way. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I have questions on YouTube here. Um, Christofina Selly on YouTube says, I filed in June and got my receipt last week. I don't know what she filed, but I can tell that it's a VAWA now. Do you have any idea when I will get my work permit or prima facie determination letter? So if you filed VAWA, I think that we really specialize in. We do a lot of humanitarian positions, including VAWA. If you worked somewhere and you were basically treated like a slave, you got paid less than you should. That's a T visa. We do a lot of those. If you helped police or district attorney put a criminal in jail, that's a U visa. So we work on those cases. VAWA is when you're married to a citizen or green card holder, and that marriage was bad. That's how hard the relationship. Lady Christina filed her VAWA, just got her receipt, a work permit. Let's look at the numbers. I'm going to share my screen so you can track your stuff yourself. So I'm going to share my screen. You go to uscis.gov right here on top, uscis.gov. Your processing time. You go to I-765. I assume yours is based on the green card you filed. If you filed for a green card, you also file for a work permit based on the pending green card. And here we go. Your I-765 work permit based on a pending green card. Let's say in the National Benefit Center. That's taking 10. If you ended up in Nebraska, for example, that's 13 and a half months. So between like 10 to 14 months, you should get your work permit. If you file VAWA and I-485, you just filed alone the VAWA petition, just that one petition, then it takes about 34 months. I'm going to show you. Maybe it's changed. I haven't checked in a couple of weeks. I-360 VAWA. VAWA, Vermont Service Center. Taking now 35 months, 3 years to process your VAWA case. So if you only filed the VAWA alone and you're expecting a work permit through that, then that's going to take 35 months. The prima facie usually comes pretty quickly. The prima facie determination usually comes within like 2-3 weeks of you filing your case. Naresh Kumar says, hi, ma'am. I just filed an I-140 employment green card application. Is it a good idea to do premium processing? How long they take to approve? I think it's a great idea to do premium processing. Those take sometimes 9 days to approve. I just had one case approved in 9 days, 3 weeks. Yes, I think it's a great idea to file premium processing, and you get a direct email, a direct fax if you have any questions, okay? Steve Asai says, good day. Okay. Let's talk about VAWA, right? That's like one of the great cases that I love doing. VAWA is when you're married or separated from a U.S. citizen or green card holder. And if that marriage falls apart, you need to prove three things. You need to prove that you have good moral character. You don't have arrest. Usually, when you work with us, we take your fingerprints in the office or we send you the card to do the ink prints. You send it back to us. We send it to FBI and we run your fingerprints through FBI to show you don't have any arrest. If you have arrest, they should be minor. You can still qualify. Second, this was a real marriage, good faith marriage. So that means that this was a marriage you came into for love, to create a family. How do you prove it? You had credit cards together, bills in two names, leases, tax returns. And finally, that abuse took place. You were abused subjectively, meaning you believed you were being abused. You thought you were abused. You felt bad in this marriage. Letters from witnesses, psychologist evaluation, therapy, maybe you're going to therapy, doctor notes, anything like that. Plus, of course, if it was so bad that you had to go to the police reports, restraining orders, things like that. Also, how long does it take? Andrew wants to know how long VAWA is taking, which month they're working on. 35 months, as I showed you just now. 35 months. So if you subtract from August 30th, 35 months, that's just 3 years. So we are talking about August 2020 they're working on right now. August 2020. Fawad wants to know, is there a fee exemption for Form I-131 for Afghan paralee who's in Afghanistan? You can try, you can file for a waiver. Yes, you can file for a waiver. It's not automatic, I think. You will have to file for a waiver, which means you have to file for a fee waiver by filing a form. Let me just tell you which form it is. I-912 fee waiver form. I-912. I-9 request for a fee waiver. I'm posting the link in the comments on YouTube. Follow this link. You can find the form, and it tells you how to, there's instructions. It tells you how to prove that you don't have the money to pay the fee, and a lot of times they will waive the fee. Okay, let's see what else is going on. A lot of people are from Ghana, Pakistan, India. Thank you so much for watching me. They're saying, how can I come to US? You need a sponsor or a tourist visa, or you can become a student to come here. I cannot help you by sponsoring you, unfortunately. But if you find, somebody to marry, like Wasif Khan says he has a girlfriend in USA, she wants to marry him. That's a fiance visa situation. Wasif, if you call us, if your girlfriend calls us, we can help her sponsor you if she's a US citizen for a fiance visa. Engaged, you can get married once you come to the US. If you want to come as a student, you apply to college for a student visa, but you have to show you can pay for your own education. If you want to file as a refugee for asylum, you have to get to Mexico. Inside Mexico, download on your smartphone the CBP1 app, apply for asylum, and you need to have a US sponsor to show that you'll stay with them when you come into US. Nadine9I says, how long is the wait for a new asylum petitioner after applying for work permit and social to be mailed in the mail? Okay, so if you filed for asylum, you can file for work permit after 6 months. It's going to take you approximately 1 year to get the work permit and the social from the time you file. So you file asylum petition plus 6 months plus another year. So from the time you filed for asylum, your I-589 asylum petition, it's going to take you 1.5 years, 1 year and 18 months to get the work permit and the social. Gulshan Kalia says, I'm interested. If you guys are interested in hiring us, my information is in the profile. Take a look. My phone number is in there, 718-769-6352. If you're watching me on YouTube, my phone number and texting number is on the bottom of the screen, and same goes for Facebook. Eloise says, hello, madam. How much time will it take for advance parole if I file from India? Advance parole takes about a year right now. 1 year. Andrew says, my work permit will expire March of 2024. When should I apply to renew? Usually I say end of September for you. 6 months before it expires. So that's going to be September 25. So prepare everything. Late September, after the 25th of September, file for renewal of your work permit. Happy Life says, hi, ma'am. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. I have a question. How long does it take to get an approval for advance parole? For how many months? Thank you. The wait forget that advanced parole is about 1 year right now. Let's double check that. I haven't looked in a while. Okay, let's look here. USCIS.gov, processing times. Pulling down the advanced parole, application for travel document. Here we go, advanced parole. So application for travel document, advanced parole, National Benefit Center. 11 months, so about 11 months to a year. Yeah, so advanced parole should take about 11 months to a year, 11 to 12 months to approve. All right, guys, I don't see any more questions today. Thank you for watching. Oh no, I do see some more questions. Never mind, never mind. By the way, if you want a consultation with us, please contact us. Call us. You can text us on the number of 718-215-9447. You can call us on WhatsApp, text or call on WhatsApp. WhatsApp phone number is 718-679-3131. Okay, so now I have some new questions. Hey Box03 says, what are the chances of my green card apart from asylum? I'm a J1 intern. Marriage, asylum, or work sponsorship. So it's hard to say what are your chances without doing a consultation. Is there any other way to stay here as a chef? Yes, if you were like an unusually creative chef, you can do an extraordinary ability visa or something like that. You can call us for a consultation to see what are your chances. You Noor 99 says, I'm still waiting for a notice of receipt after 5.5 months. My case went to Atlanta Vetting Center. Is that normal? What can I do? That's not normal. 5.5 months is way too long. You should call USCIS to follow up on the status. Did they lose your application or not? How do you know it went to Atlanta? My friend wants to know other ways if you can't able to get the H-1B after 3 years of OPT. Marriage or asylum. There's nothing really else. All right, last two questions. This one. Wassam says, hi Marina, what is the new policy for work permit EAD after the court dismissed my case and defiled with USCIS? Is it going to harm asylum seekers, work permit for initial work permit or renewal? I'm not sure what you mean. So you filed for asylum and the court dismissed your case. That means you don't have an asylum case right now. I don't know if you'll be able to get a work permit. Here's more information. Someone had a work permit before the court was dismissed, and it's not going to be a renewal after they were filed with USCIS, waiting for 150 days. Okay. So the question is as follows. This gentleman was Sam had asylum. It went to immigration court. Your lawyer and you and the judge agreed to get it dismissed, probably because it wasn't the best case. It was dismissed. Now you don't have a status anymore because your asylum case was closed. It was dismissed. You will not get a new work permit, unfortunately. I don't think your work permit application will be renewed. Sadly, I'm sorry. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next Wednesday. Hopefully, we'll have more questions and more news next Wednesday. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.